Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Danganronpa. We are in, well, quite a messy situation, as you can see. The true nightmare is this reality. The reality I have to face every day. But still. Why is this happening? Yakia's like, oh man. Oh, and we have her lying on the floor. She's not dead. It's just him. He's dead. But she's alive. I'm just bringing up my, stream on here so that I can friggin' see the comments. Comments to my own stream. There we go. Oopsies. There we go. Alright, everything good. Everything good! I'm being really super unprofessional today, guys. Taka! Damn it! Why did this have to happen? Toko? Don't tell me Toko too! Relax. She just passed out when she saw some blood. The blood? Oh, that's right. When Toko is, Toko, she has a fear of blood, huh? We've tried everything to get her to wake up. But no luck. Just leave her be for now. Like he said, I should just leave her alone for now. Oh, alright. And looky here, we've got the third hammer. Another hammer. Now it's Justice Hammer 4, and it's even bigger than before. Is that suspicious individual responsible for killing Taka too?
However...
But why is it Justice Hammer 4? Huh? What do you mean? Celeste was attacked with Justice Hammer 1, then Hifumi was hit with Justice Hammer 2. But this time, it was Justice Hammer 4. What happened to number 3?
What?
What's the matter? Well, when you mentioned Justice Hammer 3, you just reminded me.
What?
Out with it. Do you know something? Actually, Taka's not the only one that's been killed. Hifumi is dead too.
What? Well, hey!
Hifumi's been killed? Yeah.
I see.
Which is why you came to get us. Then we'd better go check it out.
Damn!
Of course. Come on. So Sakura, Byakuya, and I rushed out of the physics lab. But as soon as we were out of the physics lab... Oh! Celeste, aren't you supposed to be waiting in the nurse's office? Something has come up. Yeah, I heard. Hifumi is dead, right?
Indeed.
Well, that is not all. It is gone. Huh? What's gone? It has disappeared. Disappeared? Hifumi's body has disappeared. What? What?
What did you say?
Sorry, that was my own actual reaction. I was like, what? What do you mean? What are you talking about? It disappeared. Don't be ridiculous.
Come on.
Are you serious?
What?
What the heck is happening here?
Hey!
Everyone, back to the nurse's office. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. I practically leapt down the stairs, nearly losing my balance. I reached the nurse's office, completely out of breath. I couldn't believe my eyes. Hifumi's body was there, just a few minutes earlier. It just disappeared? Me and Celeste went to the bathroom. Well, we were only gone for like a minute. And then when we got back,
Indeed.
this must be the work of the culprit. They must have come and carried the body away. They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died.
What did you say?
I don't believe this. I don't believe a body would just disappear.
Why?
First, there were 2 murders, and now one of the bodies has been taken. This is unnatural. Huh? Hold on. What do you mean 2 murders?
Hina.
Taka's been killed. We found him in the equipment room.
No way!
It can't be. Taka too? It can't be.
No!
Hina.
Calm down. We're all gonna die. All of us. They're gonna kill all of us. Then, who might the next target be? Toko? Huh?
What?
I completely forgot. She's still unconscious in the equipment room. Oh my
Well.
god. Oh lord, this is just running all over, friggin' over the place. You left her at the scene of the crime? We didn't have a choice. She passed out, and she refused to wake up.
Huh?
So she is still unconscious.
Damn.
Wait, so you knew she was still up there, and said nothing? Why? That annoying little insect that clings to me whenever I go? You'd be better off without her.
Bastard!
You bastard! Calm down. You forgot about her, didn't you? You have no right to blame me. Everyone stop fighting! Right now we need to hurry back.
Huh?
I can't take this anymore. I don't want anyone else to die.
Damn.
Byakuya, if something happened to Toko, I'll never forgive you. And we shot out of the nurse's office and bolted back up the stairs, heading back to the 3rd floor. We ran back to the equipment room at full speed. And when we got there... Toko! Thank God you're okay. But right away I noticed there was something very different here. It was gone. Taka's body, which should have been right here, had disappeared.
This
Can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something? No, it's not a hallucination. I know I saw it before. And what I'm seeing now isn't what I saw before.
Huh?
And off they go like the Scooby Gang. Yeah, I know, right? What? Are you saying Taka disappeared too?
Stop talking.
Stop saying disappeared. It didn't just vanish into thin air. Obviously, whoever did this has hidden the body. But why would they do that? I couldn't possibly begin to imagine. Anyway, our costume suspect is clearly continuing his crime spree.
Huh?
We gotta hurry up and catch him before he kills all of us.
Not possible.
Oh, I didn't think you have to worry about that.
Huh?
Think about it. Who could possibly be responsible for killing and hiding these dead bodies?
Well...
When Hifumi's death cry went up, everyone here was together on the 3rd floor.
It is so.
After that, we split up into 2 groups. And now this time, you all came here as a group from the nurse's office. In other words, the only ones who could have done this are Hiro and Kyoko, who are still missing. Hold on a second. Kyoko has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. There's no question that she was in the dining hall with us. You seem very adamant about defending her. Perhaps you are... in love? But that's not it at all!
That's fine.
Well, anyway, yes, I do accept Kyoko's alibi.
Let's see...
Which means the suspicious individual we're looking for can be none other than Hiro. Which further means there will be no more murders. The regulations are very clear about that. Oh, that's right. there's a rule that says you can only kill a minute maximum of 2 people.
That's right.
As long as that rule's in place, there'll be not a 3rd murder. If they were to break that rule.
Shing!
I'd mince ya! Mince ya without a second thought. Mince ya, grind ya, turn ya into paste. By the way, did you know that fish paste can also refer to shellfish? Like shrimp or crab? Indeed.
Let's see.
So, since 2 people have been killed, there is no possibility of any more.
Perhaps.
You knew that from the beginning, didn't you, Byakuya? Which means you knew Toko was never in danger. I still meant it when I said we'd be better off without her, though.
In other words...
Anyway, with that in mind, we can now relax and search for the 2 missing bodies. The 2 missing bodies. 2 people have been killed and their bodies have been hidden. The only one without an alibi, the only one who could have done it, is Hiro. But is he really the killer? And what about Kyoko? If she's not involved in this case, where did she go?
What?
Hey, Makoto, what's the matter? Huh? Oh, no, it's nothing. Whatever. We need to find those bodies, and our little narrative here can't move forward. Or our little narrative here can't.
So then...
Very well, then let us split up and begin searching.
But...
There's no need to be afraid. No more murders will take place during this case.
'Cause, I mean...
I know that. I think I do. But...
Hina.
If you're still nervous, I'll come with you.
Huh?
Okay. Thank you. No need to thank me. Then let's get moving. Yell at if you find anything. And Byakuya left the equipment room, followed by the others. I have to try to find the 2 missing bodies. Sorry about that, I was just taking a little sip of my coffee. Alright, we've got a search to do. When Toko, she's pure blood. I don't think we have to worry about anyone else dying, so I'll just leave her alone. Okay, cool. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that someone's not gonna kill again. But, it's very, very unlikely now. So... time to investigate! This investigation portion is weird because before we even investigate the murders, we have to find these dead bodies. Which is crazy unto itself that we were running around all over the place and people were just moving things around and we were chasing somebody all over the place in the last episode. It was nuts.
Huh?
Where could 2 dead bodies have disappeared to?
Damn.
We need to search for the bodies that have disappeared. What happens after that? I don't know. Rattle, rattle. Huh? The door must have locked. That was not locked before. Okay? That's a little weird. This room's exactly the same as it was before, right? I feel like it was changed somehow. No, I think I'm just crazy. Okay. But whatever, they're not in there. So... let's go check the, I don't know what this room's called. The lounge? Ooh, boy, guys, I'm freaking cold today. They're not in the locker, are they? Just kidding. Keeping in mind that Hifumi was a pretty large guy, so wherever he's hidden. Oh, hi, Celeste. Mikoto.
Come on.
Why are you just standing there? We need to get to the repository. Huh? You mean...
Indeed.
I found them. Hifumi and Taka's bodies had both been hidden in the repository.
Goodbye.
I've already told Hina and Sakura will go on ahead. Their bodies were in the repository? That's right. In the repository, with the candlestick, it was freaking Colonel Mustard, guys! Sorry. Alright. Repository... Where was that again? I don't know. Oh my god, we're running all over the place. Oh, okay. Well. Was that the locked room, or was that the, Oh, they said up to the repository. Wait. So, is that the third floor? Nope. Dappa-dappa-dappa-doo. Excuse me. I just tried to do that, and you told me I couldn't go. So. Okay, wait, the door was literally just locked, so... I thought this was called an art room. So they're in here? I guess it's unlocked. Wait, what? It was just locked! Good god, this freaking case. Alright, so I opened the door, and when I entered, I saw... Oh, hi, Byakuya. God, I love those cutscenes, they gave me the chills. The two bodies that disappeared were right there. The smell of blood made me gag. What I saw before my eyes was unquestionable, unavoidable, unwavering reality. Then, I heard the announcement for a second time. That noise will never not give me the freaking chills. I don't know why. It always gives me the chills. Ugh.
A body has been discovered!
Indeed,
After
Monokuma.
a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Okay, so I think we had one body announcement, but not two, because I don't know, the bodies were being moved all over the place, we were running all over the place. This is the first time we've all been together, though, seeing both bodies. And so, here we are!
It's the Monokuma file!
Without further ado, let me give you all the next Monokuma file. I was going to hand them out when you found the bodies the first time, but I thought something might happen.
What?
It was really hard to resist, but turns out I was right.
Stop talking.
Just hand it over already.
Punishment is waiting
Now,
for you.
Make sure to investigate with all of your mental might and prepare for the class trial.
See ya later!
There it goes. The game was like, now it was locked. First it was locked, now I unlocked it. I, the game god. Yeah, that door was weird. Well then, now that we found the bodies... now that we found the bodies, all that's left is to uncover the culprit.
What the heck?
Hold on. How can you be so calm? I mean, they're dead, you know?
That's terrible!
Dead. Gone forever. They're never coming back. Awful. This is all just so awful. And then Hina suddenly burst into tears. She clutched at Hifumi's lifeless body.
Who would do this? Why? Why?
The look on his face, though. Large, wet tears fell from her eyes. The tears landed on Hifumi's cheeks. If this were some world of make-believe, that might have been when Hifumi opened his eyes. But this wasn't a movie. Excuse me? This wasn't...
He's alive again? Where am I? Cold. So cold. Is winter coming?
Hifumi! Wake up!
Huh? That's right. I remember now. Hope's Peak.
Come on, you gotta wake up!
I remember everything.
That fuck?
Before I met you all. I met you all.
Before I met you all, I'd met you all. His memories are blending all together. He has nothing useful to offer us.
The light, it's reaching out to me.
Byakuya, I'm pretty sure you
Like
just said something very
the
useful.
tail of a comet.
Did they just do a Pokemon the first
Hey,
movie?
Hifumi! Who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you?
Who killed me?
Yeah, Hina.
That's right. I remember. Their name. Yasuhiro.
His eyes closed, and they never opened again. Death for the second time. Absolute, undeniable death. And you just name-dropped Hiro. Oh, snap. No matter how many more of Hina's tears splashed his face, there was no second miracle. Reality set in again. This isn't some stereotypical fantasy world. Tears can't restore a person's vitality.
Honestly.
You have no tears, do you? No blood in your veins. No calcium in your bones. At least you have your meat.
Stop talking.
You're just angry. Going out of his way to return just to leave us with those unnecessary dying words. Now this game has become exceedingly boring. He said Yasuhiro, right?
Then perhaps...
Yasuhiro Hagakure. That is the only person he could have been referring to.
So in other
And with
words...
that, the case is solved. Can't be that easy, guys. Assaulting people and even killing Taka and Hifumi, and then going as far as to hide their bodies? A criminal that hides his face behind a mask and uses a bunch of giant wooden hammers. Is that what Hiro is?
What is this?
If it's true, I can't forgive him. No way I can ever forgive him. To kill two of our friends.
That's fine.
Anyway, it's about time we track down the culprit in our little life or death game here. Hello. This time, it's not all that life or death. The trial will conclude without much trouble.
Indeed.
Yes, it does look that way. It's going to begin again. We have to go through this one more time? I have to accept it. I have no choice but to go through with this, to make sure everyone survives. I just have to do it. Alright guys, we're gonna investigate. I mean, I'm just gonna go up straight out and say what I'm thinking. It seems too easy. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Yoshimaru. The case of death for each was a blow to the head. It is thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. That's it?
Very strange.
Yeah, it's pretty strange. We got way less information this time than before. That is no problem. After all, the events of this case unfolded before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened than the Monokuma file could anyway. Maybe. Yeah, Byakuya's not too sure, is he?
Well,
I'm not either. There's something else bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while. Are you talking about Kyoko?
perhaps.
Without a doubt, she has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. But what if the killer wasn't acting alone? What if they had an accomplice? An accomplice? An accomplice? Why is he out of breath? What are you doing here?
Monokuma
Don't be
appears!
rude. I'm here to answer your question. What question?
Yep.
You're talking about accomplices, right? I'm pretty sure I explained it before, didn't I? During the first class trial.
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear. If there is
The
an
bear.
accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer.
Yeah,
Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice,
just
but
one.
only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Kyoko, where are you?
Then there's no
Help
way
us.
anyone would work together, right?
Oh, hey, Mondo.
In other words,
So, basically, you can become an accomplice if you want. What? There's no gratification in it.
So then...
So are you saying nobody worked together this time either?
Hey,
Sorry, can't answer that. It would abstract the free exchange of information between you guys. I just want to make sure you don't forget, no matter how much you might assist in a murder, only one Blackened can graduate, an accomplice gets nothing.
So in other words...
Then we need to figure out who that one Blackened is that did the killing, right? Just like normal.
well...
Okay, let me take this opportunity to clarify the whole shebang. In this class trial, what you need to determine is...
Extreme!
the one true Blackened who devised the murder plot and put it into action. The true Blackened? So just one person?
Well now...
That's enough for explainifying. Explainifying. Now it's down to the final battle between all of you and the Blackened. Good luck with all the contestants. So, there can only be one Blackened. An accomplice wouldn't benefit. Then I can't see any way Kyoko would be connected to this case after all. You might be right. If that's true, then... Kyoko, where are you?
However...
As long as she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the investigation.
Indeed.
I have absolutely no doubt that Hiro is responsible. But for the time being, I suppose it can't hurt but to pursue further information.
So,
Hi, Kirina. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. You know, don't you think we should consider a certain someone a suspect just in case? I'm talking about the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. What? Oh, I'm offended. You? What? When did you? I've been looking all over for you, Master. When I woke up, you were nowhere to be found. He's like, what the fuck?
you SOB!
Anyway, you there, milk sack swimmer girl.
Huh?
Milk sack?
You gotta be kidding!
Why do I gotta be a suspect?
What the heck?
Well, I mean, you are a serial killer.
What?
So what? I'm like a special guest suspect every time. I have an alibi, you know. She's right about that. When we heard Hifumi scream, she was with me. And when the bodies disappeared, she was still lying unconscious in the equipment room. Plus, Taka's body aside, I can't imagine any way she would have been able to move Hifumi's body.
Yep.
Besides, I calculate every move I make. I'm not gonna kill someone when everybody knows what I look like. They don't call me the murderous fiend for nothing.
What are you saying?
That's not the kind of thing you should be bragging about.
Let's see.
On another topic, should we post a guard by the bodies like before? We can't have them disappearing again.
So then...
Hina and I can handle that. You don't mind, do you, Hina? Sure, I'd be totally useless on the investigation anyway.
It's all clear now.
Then there's that. And that's that. Let's begin. Okay, let's begin! This whole thing is so strange. All but one of us had an alibi, so figuring out who did it should be obvious, right? But maybe it's just me. I don't think it's gonna be as straightforward as it seems. Yeah, I feel the same way. This is too weird. Like, remember, we were running all over the place in the last episode chasing after some suspect. We know there was at least 2 people. There was a guy in a robot suit. It's just too much for just one person to do all by themselves. Hifumi's big, cold body is lying on the floor. His really big body. I mean, how on earth was the killer able to move someone so big? From the nurse's office where he was discovered to here, the repository. All the way from the 1st floor to the 3rd, and all without anyone noticing it. How the hell? It's no good. I just don't get it. I can think about it later. For now, I have to finish investigating Hifumi himself. If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury was also a blow to the head. Probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was lying on the floor in the nurse's office. Huh? Wait. Something's off about this body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Hifumi's body in the nurse's office versus his body right now. That's it, it's his glasses. When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered in blood. But now, they're completely clean. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? But who would do that and why? Oh, snap. We already have a mystery. On top of having, what, 3 separate hammers? Byakuya, do you think Hiro really did it? I don't see how anyone else could think otherwise. When the attacks and murders and disappearances all happened, every one of us had an alibi. And the last thing Hifumi said when he died... Yeah, he said Hiro's name.
So in other words...
Then there's no room to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? Maybe he thought that no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's the fool of the century, you see. I mean, he is kinda dumb. But do you really think that's enough to explain it? I feel like there's a clue hiding in there somewhere.
What?
And is that it? That's all that bothers you about the case? Well, no, there's a few other things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? They probably figured that if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? Again, comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. Is that really all there is to it? The other thing that bothers me is, why'd they bother killing 2 people?
What?
Indeed, that's a very good question, Makoto. Because all the rule says is, if you can kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your #1 priority is not getting caught. But killing 2 people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out.
I see.
Hold on. Perhaps. I see. So that's what this means. Is everything okay?
That's enough.
Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Ugh! What's with the attitude? But you have my appreciation.
Goodbye.
Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all. His mysterious words hung in the air as he left the repository. He talked as if he'd figured something out. But if he did, would it have killed him to tell me what it was? Alright, so clearly Byakuya has realized, like we have, that this isn't as simple as it seems. Taka... He'll never move again. According to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. We just found Justice Hammer 4 near his body, in the equipment room. Is that what was used to kill him? And there's a tarp laid out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? That way, there wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was moved. Well, I will just say this. If they thought that far ahead, it's not Hiro. Because Hiro would not have thought to use a tarp to hide the blood.
So,
Hey, Makoto, I've been thinking about something. It's about the repository. Huh? What is it? After Hifumi and Taka's bodies disappeared, we split up to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together.
but...
And we came right to the repository to, you know, look around. But when we got here, the repository was locked. Yeah, that happened to us too. We checked the repository earlier, and it was locked. We couldn't get inside. It was locked? And we came here as soon as the search started, so there's no way someone could have beat us here. So if that's true then, who locked it? And why is it unlocked now? I wonder the same thing. The door was locked when the search for the bodies began, and now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there. But I'll probably have to leave this area to figure it out. I'm pretty sure this rack was completely full last time we looked at it. Yeah, we're doing this on the PS4 at the moment. I got the Danganronpa collection, so this is the first 2 games. And just so you know, I'm going to be playing both Danganronpa 1 and 2 on my channel here. There are hammers of all different sizes hanging on the wall, although some of them are more like mallets. Mallets? Hammers have been designed using these as a model? Either way, all the hammers here have obviously seen a lot of use. They're all covered in debris and chalky stone powder. Wait, for some reason, this one hammer isn't dirty at all. And it's wet? Did somebody wash it recently? Do. God, I love this music, guys. It's a dolly. It doesn't have a handle. I saw this in the art room before, and I guess it's used to move statues around. It's kinda awkward, but if you bend down, it's not too hard to use. Wait. Wasn't this in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? And look at the wheel. There's a blood stain on it. So there's blood on the wheel of the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for that? Oh, come on, Makoto. Dude, you know this. Obviously it was used to move this guy. Well, anyways, Makoto will figure it out eventually. There's only one way in and out of this room, through the door that Hina said was locked before. There's definitely a lock on the door, but it can only be locked from there inside the repository. I don't see any way to lock it from the art room. Oh, okay. So the person must have been in the repository when we found the locked door. The door can only be locked from the inside of the repository, which makes me wonder if Hina and Sakura confirmed that the door was locked after we started looking for the missing bodies. And the door is designed so that it can only be locked from the inside the repository. In other words, when Hina checked it, someone had already gone in the repository and locked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. But Hina claims that there's no way somebody could have beaten them to the repository. So that certain someone... there's gotta be a clue around here somewhere. Maybe I should check somewhere else. There's some places I already know about. First the nurse's office where Hifumi was found, then the equipment room where Taka was found. Alrighty. My nickname on here is Dragon Caboose. I do just use this account for streaming though. To the equipment room! Do. Oh jeez, look who it is. I was sleeping right here and the killer carried the body away.
What?
I'm super pissed. I missed such an ultimately rare event. Well, you know, that's what you get for sleeping on the job. Huh? This tarp. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. And just recently, too. Ding! Monokuma coin! There's some kind of tire mark going through the pool of blood in the middle of the room. That reminds me about the dolly in the repository. There was blood on its tire. Could that blood have come from... here? Which could mean that Taka's body was moved from the equipment room to the repository using the dolly. Both rooms are on the 3rd floor, so that should definitely have been possible. Yeah, sure, I can do that. But even if the dolly was used to move Taka's body, what about Hifumi? Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office on the 1st floor. Even with the dolly, there's no way to get it up to the 3rd floor. That's a total mystery. Mystery! Oh, and here's the hammer. Justice Hammer 4, the weapon that was used to kill Taka. The body was moved, but the murder weapon was just left here. I was just checking if there's a coin on it. Nothing else here, really? Okay. That said, those 2 or 3 clues were pretty good ones. I want to keep most of my conjuncture in my head, so I don't want to give anything away, but... Hang on, where do we need to go? Oh yeah, the nurse's office. That's on the 1st floor. Can't get enough of this music. Oh yeah, I'd also like just to ask any newcomers to the stream to not give anything away, no spoilers in the comments, please and thank you. Hey Celeste. What are you investigating, Celeste? I am not investigating anything, precisely speaking. I am simply going around, seeing if Hiro might be hiding somewhere. What about you? Oh, you know, I'm just checking this and that. The main thing on my mind is how someone could have moved Hifumi's body.
Let's see.
How Hifumi was moved, eh? When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse's office, right?
Yes, indeed.
Correct. Hina was not feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her. But she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom. And when you got back, the body was gone. We could not have been gone for more than a minute or 2, though. Yeah, Hina said the same thing. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time.
Indeed.
It would seem so. To carry off someone as big as Hifumi in only a couple of minutes is... I can't think of it as anything less than impossible. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Oh, and here we got the 3rd hammer. There's actually 4 hammers? It's crazy. So many hammers. Just as hammer 3, the one that was used to kill Hifumi. Someone moved the body, but left the weapon behind. Very much intentionally. I don't think there's anything else in here. Oh, except this thing. What's that? Oh, it's a trash can. Oh, there's something inside. It's too small to be a handkerchief. It's a glasses cleaning cloth. Oh. Okay. And it's got some kind of cartoon character on it. Ugh, but it's also covered in blood.
Oh.
Ah, did you find something? Yeah, there's a cleaning cloth in the trash can.
Huh?
A cleaning cloth. And it's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to must have used it to wipe up some blood. But who would need to do something like that? I haven't the slightest idea. Yeah, me neither. But I think it might be important. It is important. Everything's important. Okay, wow. This is getting interesting. So, this is where you were. I've been looking for you. You have? You have? Byakuya, I'm so happy you've been looking for me. I wanted to thank you for what you did. Oh, you just... okay. Not that you meant to, but you ended up making this little game of ours very interesting indeed. So, you should go to Hiro's room. Oh, and let me give you this. Meet in the dining hall. This is the note Hiro wrote to get us all to meet up, right? You remember? Well... oh, whoops. Wrong place. Well, the penmanship was pretty remarkable, so it left an impression.
It's all clear now.
Anyway, this makes it clear, right? This is a trap. What is? Things are growing ever more exciting. What are you talking about, Willis? I've already repaid my debt. I don't owe you any more explanations.
Goodbye.
And there he goes again. I know, right? See how he was so worried about us. Okay, I guess we're gonna go to Hiro's room, considering that's the only place we can go. Whoops! I did not mean to click on that. Oopsidy doopsidy. We don't need to be here. This away. Man, what do you guys think of it so far? This has been completely crazy. Oh, Taka. Mondo. We've lost so many friends. And it's only gonna keep growing, this list of friends. Here's his room. His hair on there looks like spiky. The door is unlocked. I guess I can go inside. Byakuya did say to go look. It might not be a great idea, but I'm gonna take a plunge. We come in and he's just naked. Hey. This is Hiro's room, but all kinds of weird stuff in here. Where'd he get all it from? More importantly, he still hasn't turned up. Which means he can't really complain if I don't get his permission to search his room, right? Sure. I think there's something in the cardboard box. It's blueprints or something, and something's made out of... It looks like cardboard, plastic, and plaster? Is this Robo-Justice? And it's in Hiro's room. But wait, these blueprints, something about them bothers me. Have the arms bend like this. Like he's got like, looks like tarot cards and all sorts of yin-yang stuff. I'm trying to see what that's on the wall. It looks like some weird Japanese face. It's a normal bed, pretty much just like the one in my room. One of the monitors Monokuma appears on. No point worrying about right now. Nope, I just wanted to see in case. I mean... Easy, the internet. Mikoto, big news! Big news! What's wrong? We found Kyoko. What? Is she okay? Where is she? Wait, I wasn't done. There's more big news.
Just a second!
Robo-Justice showed up too! Robo-Justice? It's Hiro wearing the costume.
Okay.
Anyway, as soon as you can, head to the pool on the 2nd floor. To think Hiro and Kyoko would turn up at the same time. Anyway, I need to head to the pool. I ran to the 2nd floor as fast as I could. Oh my god, this is just getting crazy. Hey, Kyoko. Kyoko, and...
I mean...
Ew, man, I have had the worst day. Hiro? Hiro?
Huh? Oh, hey, Makoto.
Yeah, duh. Who else would it be? That's a good question. Huh? What? Why do I look like this? What? Did someone come along and remodel me while I was sleeping? Was it the Illuminati? Makoto does not know what to do with this guy. Robo-Justice finally made his appearance, huh? I guess Kyoko's the one that found him. Apparently that ridiculous object is Hiro. I'd ask Kyoko for the details if I were you. Kyoko,
Right.
Please explain. I found Hiro. He was jammed in the pool locker. It looked like he was fast asleep, so I kicked him and he woke up.
Don't be mean!
I can't believe you kicked me. You could have been a little more gentle about it. Like, I don't know, caress my face or something.
What?
That's creepy. Anyway, Kyoko, where have you been all this time? You just disappeared all of a sudden without a trace.
Well...
There was something I had to check up on. What do you mean? Never mind. I can't never mind.
It's nothing.
Never Mind,
Hey,
more importantly. She says that, but does she have any idea? Does she know that people might think that she's spying for the mastermind?
and?
First of all, Hiro, you need to explain to us why you're dressed like that.
I mean,
Oh, I have no idea. One second I was asleep. Don't even know how that happened. Then I woke up, and then I was here. I don't care. Do something about that costume. It pains me just to look at you. Oh, well,
let me
I
out
don't
of
know what's up with
here.
this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help. Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself?
You got it all
I
wrong.
didn't make this stupid friggin' thing.
It would seem...
There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him. It took everyone's help, but slowly, we were able to get Hiro out of the suit. It took a few minutes, but eventually we got all the pieces off. Whew! Free at last! Isn't it kind of weird how perfectly the suit fits Hiro?
So then...
More to the point, nobody but Hiro would be able to wear that costume. Wait, what? Hold on a sec.
Honestly,
Don't bother trying to act innocent. The blueprints were in your room as well.
is that okay?
In other words, it is obvious to everyone that you made this costume. That's true. I saw the blueprints myself. Yeah, me too.
Could it
And
be...
it's obvious the one who put this costume on and went around attacking everyone
That's terrible!
was Hiro. Shall we tie him up and gag him?
Just the worst.
Good idea. We wouldn't want him killing anyone else. Tie me up? Hold on, guys. I think that's going a little far. Indeed.
That's right.
He may be a suspect, but he deserves fair treatment. Yeah. I mean, attacking? Blueprints? I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
What the heck?
You can't talk your way out of this. It's been decided. You killed them. Sorry about that, guys. I was being interrupted.
Please.
What? Killed who? I have no idea what you're talking about. There must have been a fake hero running around. A fake hero.
What are you saying?
Or is he getting framed? Yeah, indeed, chat. Indeed. You're the only one who can wear this costume. So who else could possibly be the costume attacker?
What the heck?
How do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it on yourself before you convict me.
Okay.
Fine, if you're gonna be a jerk about it, I will. Without missing a bit, Hina started putting on the Robo-Justice costume.
Huh. See? Look. See how loose it is? I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat
Wow,
in here.
she looks
Can't see my
ridiculous.
feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's not a very nice thing to say. I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hiro could have fit into this dumb costume.
In a huff, Hina took the suit back off again.
Ah.
Well, now you're all out of excuses. No. See, it's 'cause you're a girl. If it was another guy, then... Makoto, go ahead. Okay. Against my will, I picked up the pieces off the floor and tried putting them on. It's no good. The arms are too long. There's no way I can wear this.
Just a second!
See? I told you it was impossible. You are absolutely right. It seems this costume was made to fit Hiro's body exactly.
But...
Then, there's another costume. It must have one that looks the same, but fits them?
Honestly.
If you insist on this line of defense, then show us some evidence.
what the heck?
Evidence? You claim there is another suit, yes? Then you must find it and show it to us. What the heck?
Just the worst.
Who cares? Hiro's the only one without an alibi during this whole thing anyway.
That's terrible!
Which is how we know it's him.
What?
I mean, is that really true? I have no idea what's been happening. Could someone, tell me? He just seems way too... Guys, he seems way too confused. Clearly. He's either extremely good at acting stupid, or it wasn't him.
Oh.
I certainly did not expect Hiro and Kyoko to turn up at the same time. But where has Kyoko been hiding all this time? I have no idea.
Then perhaps...
Perhaps she really is working for the mastermind. What else could explain her questionable behavior? But... You are quite protective of her, yes. That's because she's helped me out so much until now. If I were the mastermind, that is exactly what I would do to earn your trust. It's looking more and more like it really was a setup. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. She looks like she's lost in thought. I don't think she's in the mood to talk. I'd better leave her alone.
What the heck?
There's no talking way out of this one. You did it. Everyone knows it.
What the heck?
If you don't tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand? I think I figured that out. Someone's been killed, right? Hey, Makoto, who was it? Well, two people were killed. Taka and Hifumi. What? Two people?
Just the worst.
Why are you freaking out? You did it.
Please!
I did not!
Huh?
Wait, hold on. Those two were the ones that were killed.
How about that?
That's it. I know who did it.
So then...
You may as well tell us then. Taka and Yufumi were fighting over Alter Ego, right?
I'm at least
Which
30%
means
right!
Alter Ego and or Chihiro must have done it.
Correct.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Please!
Unfortunate?
What the heck?
Stop trying to trick us. Just admit that you did it, okay?
I'm
telling you. You got it all wrong.
Oh, so
I
then.
know. That note. Note. Last night someone sipped a weird note under my door. And here's what it said. I found a hole. Maybe we can use it to escape. Ma Akuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. But the last thing I remember is going to the rec room, and then for some reason I fell asleep.
Hey.
The real killer probably drugged me or something.
Just the worst.
Not a chance.
So...
No, hold on. He could be onto something. The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that.
Huh?
What? Really? I told you, someone's trying to set me up. Secret passage, chance to escape. Someone wrote all that to trick me. Even if that's true, you must be one dumbish... Sorry. You must be one dumb fish to bite every last piece of bait that floats in front of you. Well, after being trapped here for so long, even if you know it's a lie, you still gotta check, right? Oh, they preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me. I still don't buy it.
Don't be mean!
Well, you should buy it.
Just a second.
Okay, then show us that note. With pleasure. I have it right here under my, pocket?
No way!
Looks like I lost it. Yeah, sure.
Please!
Please, you gotta believe me. I wouldn't hurt a fly. As I said before, if you want us to believe you, you must produce evidence. Can you show us the note? I have no particular issue with what you claim, but if you want us to believe you, give us a reason. Oh, what the heck? For serious? Now then, shall we resume our investigation? There's no time to waste before the class trial begins. Why do we need to keep investigating? We already know who did it.
What the heck?
Why? Why did you kill them? Tell us, Hero. No, it's like I said.
Just the worst.
Was it really to get money? Monokuma offered that? Yeah, that must be it. He must be totally broke, and that's why. Wait, that's a false accusation. Someone help me.
What are you saying?
Just be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you. Guilty until proven innocent. Oh yeah. Well, that is for everybody, right? If you have time to yell and carry on, you have time to search for your evidence, right?
What?
Oh, you're right. I need to look for the second suit and that note. Feet, don't fail me now. I guess I'd better get back to guard duty. I was gonna ask Toko, Genocide Jack to switch with me. But if she and Sakura got into a fight, we'd have a catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye. One by one, everyone peeled away.
Makoto.
Huh? I want you to help me with the investigation.
It would seem...
It looks like I got a light start on this one, so I need to make up some ground. Sure, I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Later, when we have time, will you tell me why you were disappeared?
Why is that?
No. Oh. Wow, rejected. To reject me so simply.
Anyway,
I need your help. You don't mind, do you? Okay.
shall we go?
Thanks. Now then, shall we?
Hey,
And his feet will probably fail him. So Makoto, first I'd like to examine the corpses. Examine the corpses? I can't believe I'm hearing that from a girl the same age as me.
correct.
Dead bodies don't lie, you know? They tell the truth far more easily than the living.
Hey,
Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer?
anyway,
Anyway, we have to hurry, before the class trial begins again. Yeah, you're right. Okay then, show me where the bodies are. They're in the repository. Well then I guess we should head that way now. Alright, up to the 3rd floor we go. I think it's through here. Yeah, here we go. Hifumi and Taka. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid. But only for a moment.
so then,
Well then, let's get started. She crouched down next to Taka and without hesitation began poking and prodding at the bodies.
I knew it.
The Monokuma file was right. They were killed using similar methods. Her movements were so smooth. She was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable.
I see.
Makoto, I found something. You did?
Hey,
You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore on his left hand? He did?
whew,
Are you so oblivious to people around you? Do you dislike other people that much? No, that's not it. Anyway, so you said he had a watch.
so then,
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? It most likely broke when he had an encounter with his assailant. And if you notice, his hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock. So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6.
that's right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Hey you! How long were you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointlessly at his witch watch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that. Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
In other words,
So if it worked at 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m. Meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning. That's what I was thinking too.
However...
And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. He appears to be gripping something. You're right! There's something white in there!
Makoto.
Can you try and pry it out? Me?
Because...
Rigor mortis has already set in. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right? Okay. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand. The ice-cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. A piece of paper.
Hey.
Was that all he had in his hand? Yeah, that's it. Just a little scrap of paper. Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
Is that right?
I wonder about that. Kyoko then turned to Hifumi's body.
So then...
Let's check Hifumi's body now. Perhaps he's left us a few clues on his own. So it's just a blank scrap of paper. Interesting. Taka was killed... Oops, I meant to click on Hifumi. Oh, I think we were supposed to just talk to her again. Whoopsies. Remember, the classes were clean, that's a big clue. So, did you find anything?
Indeed.
I did. More than expected, to be honest. Look at this. A wad of paper!
That's right.
Hifumi had it hidden on him. Hidden?
Indeed.
He'd snuffed it in his pants, so I can only assume he'd hidden it on purpose, you see. In his pants? Wait! So you...
Why is that?
It's just his pants. Not like his socks or something. I don't know what that means.
Hey.
Me neither. Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto, open it up. When I think about how it was stuffed down his pants, it's like... It better be important, Hifumi, or I'll never forgive you for this. A note? I found a hole, maybe we can use it to escape. Oh, guys, it's the note Hiro was talking about. And not only that, look, this corner of the note is ripped. Monokuma can't find out. Don't tell anyone for now. The cleaning equipment at 6. That sounds very familiar. That's it! It's the same note. It's the same thing Hiro said. Then he was telling us the truth.
However...
Although, it's not exactly the same, is it?
Well,
that's nice. Someone slipped a weird note under my door. And here's what it said. I found a hole, so maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out. So don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. That time is different, and the room's different too. Hiro told us that his note said to meet at 1 a.m. But the note they wrote to Hifumi asked him to meet at 6 a.m.
Is that right?
Hold on. Just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. Huh?
So...
Part of it had been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning there. There's some meaning to part of it being ripped? Could you maybe explain it a little more? Think carefully.
Hey.
Why would he have been clenching that scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea.
So then...
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it was something more important? And how would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer. Kyoko's always a step ahead of us. A step ahead of everyone, I'd say. And while we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The 2 victims this time definitely had their handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there was any reason to think that they were connected to the killings in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
Is that right?
If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention it. All I said was that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may come a point, however, when a handbook may play a role. Handbook may play a role? I don't think I understand. But if Kyoko thinks it's important, I'd better keep it in mind. Absolutely. Anything Kyoko thinks is important, you must keep in mind. Zeal says, because she is best girl. And Makoto's best boy. Oh, interesting. Oh, speaking of which, ding dong bing bong.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin! Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul classic. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
It would seem...
It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right.
Shall we go?
Well, we'd better get going. Okay. Alright, so, it's about time for a class trial, guys. Gonna save it real quick. Let's get right into this. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. And as soon as we were all there...
Monokuma
huh?
appears!
Hello! Hello, hello! He's multiplied!
Wrong!
Nope! Not multiplication. It just looks that way because it's an illusion. I'm moving so fast, it only looks like I'm multiplied. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma?
Whew.
Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy!
You're not playing along.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Hey! Hey!
And if everyone is here and ready to go, please board the pain train! Elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we? I like how none of them are taking any of his shit today. They're just like, nope, we're not in the mood for you right now, Monokuma. Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I told you already, I didn't do it. We're serious. That reminds me. Did you ever find the other costume? Or the note? Well, no. But... How unfortunate. Then it would seem that we have our culprit.
Hey,
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the two who lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka? The one who killed two of our friends. The killer is... someone right here. I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk toward the elevator. Once everybody was aboard, the doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled into this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator doors slid open, opening up into a cruel fate. Well, I see that you have all gathered together like this. I realize just how few of you there are left. You're school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the worst.
Only 'cause of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What?
Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute!
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me! Of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. After this commercial break. And so, the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment. A deadly deception. A deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle. A deadly defense. A deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Right after this commercial break. I had to. Also, Monokuma's best boy. That's obvious, guys. Okay, we have this guy now, which allows me to reload 2 bullets at once. That's awesome. Effective during the bullet time, obviously. I think that's the only other skill I got, so... we don't really need to prepare. I got a pretty good idea of how this is going down.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one,
Thank God my voice gets a break, guys.
then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Oh, snap.
Was that?
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Whoa.
Who are you calling a murderer?
That's a good point,
I am sorry
actually.
to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it, and all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling.
It's too compelling, that's the problem. It's way too, like, clear-cut.
It points to you as having created the suit and wearing
I
it
don't like
while
it.
committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know!
Everybody's on Hiro's case. Except for probably Kyoko, I would say. Is Hiro really the killer? Or, before anything else, we have to make that clear. Indeed. Okay, we only have one truth bullet, so at least there's
Everything we found in your room,
that. Your room.
the blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true, it's a conspiracy!
A conspiracy.
Hiro,
It's Illuminati!
Why
Guys,
did you kill
the
them?
Illuminati,
No!
they did it.
Just hold on a second!
I mean, looking at the blueprints, that handwriting is awful messy. Oh, that's right. Hiro was really good handwriting.
Everything we found in your room,
So which
the
one is it?
blueprints, the suit parts, they are all
It's not letting me freaking shoot.
that you are the culprit.
It's not true. It's Hiro.
Sorry, I was hitting the wrong button to shoot.
Just
The-
hold on a
I
second.
always forget the controls in these. It's triangle to shoot the truth
Everything
bullet.
we found in your room, the blueprints, the suit parts,
Sorry.
No, that's wrong.
The controls in these are so... They should be on the screen somewhere.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
Definitely don't think it was Hiro
What
at
do you
this
mean?
point. It's just too obvious.
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
I love the hero admits that he's stupid, and it's true.
So Makoto,
He's not smart enough to do
are you
something
saying
like
you
that.
don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as
Oh,
well.
Byakuya.
What?
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is
We
it
have
like Hiro
Byakuya on our
said?
side.
Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
All the smart
The
people are basically
suspicious
like...
individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
And of course he passes it off to me.
So? Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The suspicious person in the... The Illuminati! It was Hiro in the suit.
Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit.
That's
And we
funny.
never found any kind of second suit.
Sometimes I really want to click these other options just to see what happens, but they're probably just like, dude, you're stupid. Don't
Then
say
there
that.
can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense!
You just said he wasn't.
Hiro didn't
Yeah.
do it!
It makes perfect sense. Hiro
Yeah,
was the
it
suspicious
makes perfect
individual in the
sense.
suit, but
I
he's
don't know.
not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
It's a red herring. A lot of the stuff in this case was a red herring. The hammers, the suit.
What?
Like,
now
it's
that's
clear.
a bold assumption!
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around!
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
I love how he's just like, Makoto, can you tell us what they were? Yeah, we know what they were. It was the tarp. Well, one of them was a tarp. The other one was the,
I got it!
the dolly and the tarp. Things that we used must have been... Wait, didn't I just do that? I already explained this part before, but there was one more thing. Oh, yeah. The dolly and the tarp. That's what I just said.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
Yep.
So,
What's with
let's
that
see if I
attitude?
can explain.
Seriously.
Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room. And then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it
Indeed.
for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body.
Precisely.
That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Which is, again, way too smart of a thing for Hiro to do.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
Dun dun dun! Just
In
kidding,
other
it was
words,
obvious.
you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body?
Yeah, we saw it
That
there.
dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository
well,
all along,
it was in
and
the
you
equipment
simply
room. We
didn't
saw it
realize
there.
it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
He's raised an objection.
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody
Oh, wow,
expects much
Celeste.
from you anyway.
Damn,
We have
girl.
all accepted the fact that you
think you're
rarely
derping.
understand what is going on around you.
Wow, I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. but maybe I can change her mind. I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved to the repository. Yes, let's hear more. Reloading. Starting with this next bullet time battle, we're gonna add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you'll see our ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't really been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on and pressing this triangle button won't be enough to handle them. Now it will cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the square button. Just like locking on, you'll have to press the square button in time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember the square button now has a function, along with X and square. Yay! So many more buttons I have to remember. You will automatically reload at the start of fever time and your ammo will not decrease. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you want to reload at all. Okay, what the But I didn't have to read any of that. So stupid. Anyways. Oh, we're doing one of these right now.
You have it wrong.
I wasn't expecting this, right?
I cannot agree.
Celeste, what are you even on right now? Girl.
So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you.
It's so hard to do at the same time. It's the thing on the rhythm, yeah.
I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere.
Look at that combo.
Do your worst. You miserable wretch.
Don't call me a wretch. That's rude.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool.
Oh my god, 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 oh my god,
so
oh my god.
pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. You have it wrong.
For some reason I thought I was supposed to be
cannot agree.
Square this whole time.
You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable
there we
wretch.
Go. I have to wait for them all to light up.
You miserable wretch. Lies will get you nowhere. You have it wrong. I cannot agree.
Usually we do these at the end, so I was like not expecting this right here.
Pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere.
Alright.
Do your worst.
Alright.
Away with you.
I can't do it. I cannot tell if I'm doing well right now at all.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree.
Alright, gotcha.
I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
This should prove it.
If you're asking for proof
caramba.
that the dolly moved, I have it right here.
I have it right here.
When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it.
Yep.
There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that much?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
He's just in a bad mood, I guess.
The subject of how Robo-Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
What? Girl, it's a costume.
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer.
They're focusing so much on stuff
If
that
you
doesn't
look
matter.
back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
Right? If we look at how it was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? Oh, okay. Guess we'll do another one of these now.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
Yeah.
And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp,
Yeah, that's
then
right.
loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
That's true as well.
Well, yeah. But even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Nope. You can't bend over in that suit. You definitely can't bend over in that suit.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
Remember. I'm as blind as a bat in here. I can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you can get anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend over at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet,
I remembered that,
but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
That's true, too. All these things are very true.
Isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
You can't take off the suit. We had to all help Hero. Yeah, you can't. Once it's on, you can never take it off.
I got it!
No, it's Hero can
I don't think
get
taking off the
so.
suit was an option. If you remember...
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make this stupid friggin' thing! There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. You don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Yeah, exactly.
You really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right!
So, it's really, really true that Robo-Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo-Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that?
How indeed.
Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Robo-Justice. That's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question.
That's fun. I thought I wouldn't be able to do that voice again.
The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero, without a doubt.
So that's you're being a little insistent about this.
Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it.
Yeah, like there's no hurry at all. I was just about to say that too. I was like, there's no hurry. Like, let's figure this out, guys. Like, our lives are on the line.
Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility?
Absolutely.
Instead of
Kyoko,
seizing on one
viewpoint,
girl. The truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
How are you doing, chat? Hope you're doing okay. Hope you're having fun.
Perhaps,
been excited
but
so
where
far?
do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
Indeed.
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then,
That big
let's take
mystery.
another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the
An hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
I remember saying that and thinking it was a little weird. Just because of like...
That
that's
was
like
when we saw
right
Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume.
That'd be like right when
As
they
it
wake up.
turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's
those
office
silhouettes are
and
cool.
resumed our search for the suspect.
So I just wanted to see if how far the camera could scroll.
But not long after leaving the nurse's
Oh, these
office,
silhouettes are cool. What's wrong? I saw a shadow. There's something moving around at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor.
Yeah, and we
And I
started-
yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
We started frickin' chasing them all over the place. Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
and then,
Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been... Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
at that point we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement.
Alright, yeah, so that was the first
I
one
left
we heard.
Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor, to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Yeah, that was a lot of crazy
Celeste
running around
informed
like
us that she'd
Scooby-Doo.
found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
It was a double corpse discovery.
I think that about
Aha.
covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated.
Kyoko's like, really? Really with
It
this?
certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Oh yeah, it was all very
Okay,
intentional.
well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
The contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to discover the truth in this case, I have to find them, no matter what. Woo! Spinny spin, 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 spin! Monokuma file number 3.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Oops.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
The Justice Hammers were numbered, but were they really used in that order? Oh my god, somebody must have swapped them around.
I wonder if he, or perhaps it was. We already know what Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
No? Don't scare me like that.
Shoot!
Wait, but they just said the numbering was wrong, did they not?
So,
oh right, there's another thing I can do. What was it? There was something else I can do in these. I can like absorb
or perhaps it was
something,
after?
the word.
We already know what order they were
Maybe
killed
that's what
in.
I need to
Taka
do.
came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the...
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death
came from a
See? So it's obvious Taka came
the controls in these so much.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
I think I need to steal the word. I'm just trying to remember how to do that.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
Sorry, guys. I know what I have to do, I'm just trying to figure out how to freaking do it. Controls. There we go, that's what I need. I need to... select Truth Bullet. No. Concentrate. It doesn't show here at all how to do that. I swear there was a way to, like, take words and then use them in a different spot.
So, regarding Taka's death...
There, that's it. I had to hold down the button.
I wonder if he died before he...
Or perhaps it was... We already know Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice
so I'm gonna use that
death.
on the order.
So it's
And then
obvious
that
Taka came...
should do it.
So, regarding Taka's... I wonder if he died, or perhaps it was after...
We already know what order they were killed
I feel
in.
so pressured when I have a time limit. Oh my god.
No, that's wrong!
Okay, there we go. That was super complicated, wow.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers.
Yeah, that's what I think too, because there's a reason they were numbered, right?
If anything,
it doesn't make sense if they were
that's
numbered.
just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
Indeed.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi?
Precisely.
Okay then, let's see the proof.
Let's see the proof! Oh snap, it's a Heyman's Gambit. Okay. I need an eye. Oh yeah, I know what this spells. This is wristwatch. We were talking about the watch earlier. I need a W? I think? There it is. Wristwatch. Do. I had to get rid of that A. I mean that T. It was in the way. I zoned out a little bit there for a sec.
Now I understand!
Yay!
I've got it! Taka's wristwatch! See? Look! It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night...
Hey you! How long you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointlessly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that. Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
Well, again, everything was getting
And
moved around
before
to
Celeste
confuse
was
us.
attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
And even more, they left out the time of death from Monokuma file.
That's
He probably
exactly
left it
why
out
the
on
culprit
purpose.
wrote the numbers on each
It's too
hammer
important.
and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Uh-huh.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window.
Oh, whoa. Oh my god, she's right.
Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of
Now
Taka's
everyone's
murder.
suspicious.
But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
Oh, that's true as well.
That's
yeah.
right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Not all of us. I know a couple people who were not there. What was that? They came from downstairs. It must have been... Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back. With the flashback. Come
When
on,
we
guys.
heard
This is a
Hifumi
Naruto.
screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office. And that's where we found his body.
Mm-hmm.
That's totally true! We're all in the clear!
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up!
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
But that's impossible because somebody had to have
And
killed
it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office,
Byakuya looks like he's having fun.
Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the
Ooh, what were you
equipment
doing
room,
in the bathroom
correct?
together?
And then there's the disappearance
kidding.
of Taka's body from the equipment room.
Oh my god, so much craziness.
At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body.
Yeah.
Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they
Kyoko?
most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's
Kyoko's
true.
got this figured
We
out.
searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing.
True.
And according to what Celeste said,
What a crazy thing that happened. A big guy like that just disappearing. Okay, I'm not reading these flashbacks anymore.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Okay. I don't know this for sure because it's been a while since I've played this and I don't remember for sure, but what if, like, he got up and walked himself?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Like, he could have been dead and came back to life, or he could have been unconscious.
Well, What if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
Oh, there you go.
What? How?
If the dead body were
That's
to
what I just
move
said.
itself.
That's what I was thinking too.
The dead body moved on its own?
Thought.
No! Not
Oh
another
God, Hero.
ghost!
I don't think it has anything
really
to
is
do with the
Scooby-Doo.
occult. I think what she's implying is
This whole case is Scooby-Doo.
we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
Indeed.
It isn't possible.
The idea that Hifumi was still alive, is it really possible? Yes, I definitely think so. I mean, he kind of got up at another point too. Broken wristwatch.
Are you saying
That's
that when
not
we
what we
first
need.
found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Right?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along
Oh,
with the rest
right.
of us.
That was a thing.
Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Oh my God! That's right. They said that we found Taka at the same time.
Are you saying that when
Holy
we first
shit.
found Hifumi
That's
in
why
the
they had us
nurse's
going all over the
office,
place.
there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announced. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
No, that's wrong.
Ha ha ha.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's
Yes.
right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we
Jeez.
heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we
Good
made a
plan.
mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if two bodies had been found,
just ask
there really
Monokuma.
should have been two announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Monokuma would not get lazy.
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail.
Just the fact that he doesn't want to say
But what
just
I
tells you.
can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man.
Yes, it
We're
did.
asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty. He
Yes, it
said
was.
it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time. Even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
I remember that. Second time was when both bodies were discovered at the same time. Yeah, it's not those
I
other
got
ones.
it! We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the two bodies.
Man, this is getting crazy. And it's starting to seem on a certain someone that someone might be suspicious.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Then in reality, when the two dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually
Alive.
being discovered for the first time.
And one of them... Oh, wait, yeah.
So,
that's it.
when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know!
It's the glasses.
Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not
Damn,
think there's
what?
anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another
She's a
look at the
fat
events
machine today.
surrounding the discovery of his body.
Mm-hmm.
Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
I gotta show everyone. Oh wait, what's going on? Oh, it's got his glasses, like I said.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the
So
bathroom,
many of these this time.
his body disappeared.
Yeah.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
Yeah.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Wrong.
No, that's wrong.
The glasses.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found
we cleaned
Hifumi in
them
the
so
nurse's
that he could
office,
see.
his glasses were covered with blood.
So he could move around or whatever.
But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
Yeah, so, like I said, it's the, this.
I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear.
It's an anime character.
This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean.
That's even more proof he
And the
used it.
mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles. From Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
Damn. I'm surprised you remembered that.
I highly doubt any Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
There you go.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is...
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere! But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
The one who moved it was... Hifumi.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, We all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
Yeah.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Sure, why not?
There's more?
Let's see more.
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
Oh, is that why the note was ripped? That, I think. Was it this or that? I think it's this.
I got it!
Yeah.
You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't
That's
you?
why it was ripped.
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What?
You.
In his pants?
Pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants.
Forget about the pants, guys.
Take a look at what the note says.
Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the recruitment room at 6.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now.
There's 2 notes.
Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
Again, this person had people running all over the place.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro.
Indeed.
And that person
That
could
makes sense.
only have been...
It would have been Taka. Hifumi's pants! It was the freaking pants, guys. That's what
got
did
it.
it.
That's right!
I solved it.
The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
That's funny.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
What the hell are you talking
Just
about,
to
lady?
be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi.
Ugh! Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary, but still, I can't let her get to me. Oh lord, are we really doing this? She's just trying to derail everything.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
Uh-huh.
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
Yeah.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Oh, it's this one. Whoa, wait. Okay, wait. No. Yeah.
Huffy had the note, right?
I think it's the what?
Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said.
What time did it say? 6 a.m.
Well, we know what the lie
It
here
has
is.
nothing to do with TikTok!
No,
Okay, good. I got it right. Nice.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered.
Because we already established that he
We've
was
already
murdered
proven
before.
that using his wristwatch.
Yeah.
But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note.
Oh, true.
I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Oh my god.
Then someone used that note to trick
Thanks for
Taka.
wasting everyone's
Just
time.
the same as me.
Yeah, you guys both were trick.
Culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely. Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
The proof that Hifumi stole the note from Taka was... Oh, it's got a paper. Yeah, it's got paper, because it's in his hand.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper.
Because you're not
right
Phoenix,
about
right,
this,
Jill?
The sheet of paper this piece came from is...
Exactly. You can't object
I
unless
knew
you're
it!
Phoenix, right?
It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi!
Ta-da!
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note...
Yup. They're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note.
Makes sense.
There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
He was an accomplice.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was
This is
super
looking
involved in
really
this whole
bad
thing
for
for
someone
sure.
right now, though.
In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
No, Hero... he's-
Sorry, no.
Yeah, no.
When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
True.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Whoa!
Who are you calling a walrus?
That was a bit much.
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it.
Oh.
But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It
Yeah, me
seems
too.
there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments.
Yeah.
But if the hammers were already
Similar
laying around
instruments,
those
that doesn't
other rooms...
necessarily mean...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then...
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
Yeah.
I don't think it is possible. They were both
Probably.
killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
The whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. So, somehow, I have to find the truth. Well, what was the... Oh, there was another hammer that was clean!
What was used to kill Hifumi?
Oh, okay.
Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
Oh.
Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers!
That part is not true.
No, that's
right
wrong.
there.
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was
Indeed.
something completely different.
But, seriously? A different
They're
weapon?
all red herrings, every freaking one of them. Jesus.
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi.
Which
Now,
is where he was killed. So
all
that
the
also makes
hammers in the
sense.
repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones,
Big
small
ones, small ones, some as big as your head.
and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true,
This is well
that would
planned.
explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a
Just
murder.
because there's not a benefit doesn't mean that someone won't help somebody for other reasons.
So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about
really.
this, did we not?
We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first. But... Oh no, I think I know who did it.
Based on the
Spotless hammer.
rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on
That's
this.
not true, but I don't think this hammer's gonna
That
do
is
that.
how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right?
Yeah.
In this case, however, there were two murders.
2 murders, yes. Wait, can we really say that there's no chance that 2 people work together on this?
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person, only
What
the one
she's
who
saying.
actually carried out the act, assuming the rule holds true, it is
Oh,
simply
wait.
impossible that two people
I
work.
think I know what I
That
have to
is
do.
how the rule was explained.
But that only really
In this case, however,
I need to borrow
there
your
were
words
two
there,
murders.
girl. Alright.
Based on the
Two
rules that
murders
have
to
been
the
laid out
truth,
for even if more
then it's
than one
possible.
person, only the one who actually carried out the act can, assuming
The rule holds true. No, that's wrong.
Oh no, I know who did it. We can see who
Since
did it
there were
clearly
two
now.
murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
Because who else would
If
Hifumi
there'd only been
help?
one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that 2 people could act as each other's accomplices to commit 2 separate murders.
Whoa.
I think that's what
crazy.
the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events,
They were trying to...
Hifumi would have been the first
That
one to
doesn't
act,
work.
murdering Taka. They
It
made
doesn't
him
work that
carry
way.
out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
I know someone who could be
Think
so cruel.
I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
No. The effort made to convince us the two murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning. Which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidences. Kyoko really is amazing. Although, when you think about it, she almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions, and in the end murdered him. In the debates up till now, the way the case has been unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. Well, I'm really sorry about the Zio because I know you like this character. But we know who it is.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains, that lazy, worthless goddamn idiot! Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to
Someone
support
just went a little bonkers.
Is that so?
it. It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
What is it the only human Hifumi and Celeste had in common? Oh, they both ran into... Well, they both quote-unquote ran into...
I got it!
The robot.
The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo-Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Celeste, why?
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Oh.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and
Don't let him give you
Hifumi
that
ever laid
shit.
eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After
Clearly.
taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said? We headed to the second floor
She saw a shadow.
specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste is wrong. That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, this strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down to the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
Of course.
In fact, Celeste was
obvious.
precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
She was. Split up into two groups. Very well, Makoto and Hina, you come with me to the nurse's office. I'll leave the captured suspicious individual, Toko, Byakuya, and Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected.
Yep.
And on top of that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead.
Oh yeah, Celeste.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
She's not saying anything.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must be really enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. Oh, she said they. Oh, she said they. Like those guys did.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about
Celeste, you made a big slip up.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
Then you don't see what they're talking about.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Makes sense. What was he alluding to? Oh, man.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die. Just like those guys died.
Did.
And that is all I said.
They died. Right.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Oh, yeah, so strange. Okay, grabbing that.
All I said was,
they must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be positive. We are all going to die. We are going to die.
Just like those...
No, that's wrong.
No, it's wrong.
That's right.
We pretty much
There's no
proved it at
reason
this
Celeste
point.
should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations.
That was
you know
weird.
that
Imaginations?
you claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took?
Oh, come on. You're
How
really
do you
going back to
explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to set up the
I see
picture.
what she's trying to say.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Very clever,
Simple.
Celeste.
Are
Very
we
clever.
sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
Indeed.
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Yes, there is. They've been drinking and dancing. Hifumi is dragging the
I got
suspect, not the other way around.
It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
Indeed.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility.
Oh, she
The one
flinched.
being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous
think
at all.
It's ridiculous at all either.
Then shut your mouth and allow
Oh,
me
wow.
to educate you.
Celeste thinks she can prove that there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible? Man, she is really fighting for this, though. You've been caught, girl. Give it up.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious,
Yeah.
there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
Wait, what?
No way!
No, that's completely off. What? Girl, come on. Stand up straight.
Dressed
She-
me up in that
that's-
suit after. Then you just
only
draped
way
me
you
across.
can
You tried to
stand
make
in
me
the
look like the bad guy.
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, if the person inside the... There's no way they could stand up straight.
The only way you can
No,
stand in the
it's wrong.
costume. Like, really?
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that, because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
You can't bend.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Oh.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I
starting
suppose
to
this
crack.
is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Don't make me laugh, you idiot!
What do you mean, checkmate? Celeste? Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem. Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Dude, that's because he lied. Like, he lied for you because he likes you.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Right! But my name isn't really Yasuhiro! It's actually Taro!
Your confusing statements don't make any sense.
Yeah,
You're only making
seriously.
things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro. But are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Oh, snap.
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
Oh. Or he was like, Mr. Miyagi. For serious a lot.
I got it!
No, I don't think he said that a lot.
That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So
I
if
said it a bunch of
Hifumi
times.
did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance.
Don't talk.
Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser? Well, do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Whoa, she is snapping.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Yeah.
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celeste won't give up. So then, I have to do something to make her accept it. E-handbook, spotless hammer, Yasuhiro's message.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name.
No, it's not a person who would have a last name.
You haven't told anyone what your real name
handbooks
is.
have their names.
How many times do I have to tell you? My name is Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
Oh, damn.
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me...
No, we do. Oops. They were calling me. There we go.
No, that's wrong!
Sorry, Celeste. You're busted.
That's it! The handbook!
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before. So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything.
Yeah.
That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste,
He's like, come on.
can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then.
Damn.
Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
Here we go. One of these lovely sections. These are always so tough. Okay, I gotta go over... Wait, geez, okay. You have to go over everything we got here. That's from the last case! Game, I see what you did there. This is from the first case. Okay, well, this is clearly him meeting up with her. Alright, that one. Act 2. Let's just quickly look through everything here and see what we got. Oh wow, look at this. Look at them. Like, oh my gosh, these pictures are so cool. Oh no, Taka. Oh my god, this is so anime. Okay, that's Hero right there, getting kidnapped, I guess. Oh wait, there was one of Hero. Here, right here. I don't know what this is yet, we'll come back to that. And then we got them doing the robot together. Basically she took a picture of him. Oh, it's right there. Yeah. He's checking the time. So I guess that would be this. Oh wait, no, this is his watch. That makes sense. Checking the time. And unfortunately he got bashed. Poor Taka. In a weird kind of way, he's like sort of a... what's his face? Is sort of a victim in this just as much as anyone else. Because he used them like right from the beginning. That's... the hammer covering... It's this one or this one? They're both like the same. There's a bunch of them with the hammer's blood on it. Okay, we'll come back to that one. Okay, so here we have... Makoto being shown the camera. Or the, you know, this. Oh right, because they found him injured in the library. I forgot about that part. Yeah, they found him like already injured in the library. And they looked over and they were like, oh my god, he's injured. Okay, wow, I don't see anything but that either. Is it this one? I'm just trying to be careful. Jeez, these are so hard. They're always so hard. The next thing we got going on here... Okay, so this is him... spilling blood just freaking everywhere. It probably got on the hammer, too. Yeah, it got on the poster again. The same poster, guys. found them dead. Then they were in this curious situation. Oh, okay, so here he's moving him. Oh, this looks like it's him moving something. So this is probably... Yeah, there's the blue of the thing in the... Okay, so I think this one goes here. And then she just freaking finished him off. Alright, I'm just gonna have to basically, I guess, kind of guess on where these hammers go, but... It's swinging... Oh, this is the hammer that isn't blue, so this is the hammer it used to kill him. Oh, so I guess the other one is a hammer... I guess the other one is one of the fake hammers. He probably covered it in blood, too. That makes sense. Is this one a hammer as well? It's potato chips! I guess this one's a hammer as well. I don't know. Oh no. I think this goes here. He's holding the hammer, and then this one's probably this one. Where they just kinda... came across. Yep, I don't know. I'll try that. Oh, try this! This looks pretty good. Oh, wait, I'm missing one. Oopsies! Which one is this? This is way back when they're meeting up. We didn't see any of this. Oh, it's showing the time! Wait, yeah. It was showing the time, that's okay. Only one way to find out. We get a couple tries, so I'll go with that. Let's see how we do, guys.
The killer is... you! Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder.
Oh, those are intense.
And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
Ooh, I was right on that one. Cool. Tick, tick, tick.
First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect.
Yeah.
So when they...
Oops, I did not mean to click on
drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit.
Mm-hmm.
Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room.
Jeez. Wow, I got guessing.
And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room.
He's like vibrating.
The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes.
Yeah, a lot of red herrings and confusion used in this one.
So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1, and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2, and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these two incidents,
the hammers had
killers were
numbers
able
on
to
them.
create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But
yeah, I thought that one was wrong. It's this, because they have the freaking numbers on them. I didn't even.
here's exactly what
stop on
happened.
that. Let's skip over the first part of that.
There,
again.
the stick with that.
Hammer 2.
While we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. We took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered.
Faked his death.
He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office, and once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting
What a crazy plan.
This He wrapped
is that
Taka's
noise?
body in a tarp
Sounded like a
and
lion.
used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared.
That it does.
But even Hifumi
Damn.
didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
Oh, that transaction was cool.
Celeste!
Except that
Sorry,
Makoto...
you lose.
Makoto... Why are your eyes closed? Makoto... But yes, that's... Wow.
I lost?
Mm-hmm.
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no, Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
Taiko.
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Interesting. Thanks, Byakuya, for your input. Wow. Nice! Got a solid A. I'm alright with that. And lots of medals! Yay!
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin.
Oh, damn.
Or, no, I suppose this is the end. Isn't it?
She actually has a really nice voice, just in her normal voice.
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Yay! We already know what this is gonna be.
What?
It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The Blacken this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme, was Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yashahiro.
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So, you really did approach Hifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty, lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then...
Then did you use... you know... I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice.
Indeed.
A youth-er. For everybody who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but... it was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean... is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
What? What? What are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. Oh shit, they almost let it frickin' loose for Monokuma. I'm totally out of the loop as usual. How sad.
In other words...
Then you're the one who stole it.
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. What are you doing here?
Actually...
I was hoping I could talk to you. Alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What? Are you okay with this?
It was Taka. He stole it.
So then...
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I'd found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I'd showed it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him! But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
As for me...
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh,
He did?
As for me...
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then... it's hard for me to even say... he abused me.
What?
And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime! An absolute crime! I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but...
Say what?
I never imagined he would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I've never said in my life. I'm going to kill him.
Unforgivable!
I'm going to fucking kill him.
Most unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go now, you will be playing right into his hands.
Actually...
Taka is planning to use her to escape. And he has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You mean? Taka is going to try to kill you.
Indeed.
And all he can keep her to himself. Also, he can give her himself.
This is unforgivable! Completely unforgivable!
Bastard!
Honestly.
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I? She...
I swear!
I
will save her!
Actually...
Then, would you like to join with me? It just so happens I have come up with a plan. I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. What? What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
Indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that. But it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But...
So, why'd you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. Huh? That's it?
Let's see.
In that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad that your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry. Oh my god. But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain that part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live?
Are you okay with
That's
this?
simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once everyone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course. That wasn't all there was to it. As I explained it to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. All seems very straightforward. Stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the very moment of his death.
So in the end...
So you had planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have been no point to my plan if one who had pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well...
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean!
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder about that.
No, he deserves his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then, what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape.
But
all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch!
Obviously that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
You little
I wanted to get
bitch.
out. Every day was a fresh torture. And do you know why? Huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me...
And it was all that dream. And what was that dream of yours?
Isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. Castle? And to gather handsome men from all around the world to serve as my butlers/bodyguards. Butlers/bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but...
There is nothing to be done.
Unfortunately, my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream till the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but... You were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh!
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
Do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There simply is no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's just not other people. I can even fool in my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes,
That's
indeed.
right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Mary Antoinette.
Hey!
You just get executed again. Celeste smiled then, and when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie, and that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills! Chills!
You all
Kills!
done? Okay then, let's get rolling. The Blacken disturbed the peace and must pay the price.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
For her, the ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this.
What? This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then... Take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
Game over. Celeste has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Holy crap, that was crazy. It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friends, so I can't pity her. But I also can't deny that at one point, I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, and here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of
I
here!
don't care about hope. I'll throw in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad!
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad. Yes, it is. But that reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us?
How strange.
god, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key-type object from Celeste?
Hey!
So, what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then...
I'll answer your question, if you answer mine.
You...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey.
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh, how exciting!
Oh man, oh jeez. Oh man, oh jeez. What do you mean, what did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body. What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, well, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's about time I got out of here.
Well?
Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
See ya later!
See you later! Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although, it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey, Kyoko. Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key that Celeste gave you?
So...
Most likely. It's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
What? Then that means... Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey!
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we'd better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey.
I'm going to go on alone from here. Everyone else, head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
So...
Do you even have to ask? And as she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still the risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please, let me go. Standing here arguing is just gonna draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
Well then.
But it's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay? Huh? So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means myself?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are totally pushovers when you show a little backbone. I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we? Yeah.
So then...
We need to get into that locker. Kyoko took the key Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. And as the locker door swung open, we saw...
You really came!
Good morning! It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe. Thank goodness. I'd never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time.
So?
Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a little longer. So, now we can officially say case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but... Can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me. What are you trying to do all on your own here in the school?
You...
Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However...
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know. That just makes me want to know even more. I mean, makes me more worried.
What?
Worried? Like, what happened during the investigation last time? You disappeared, and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that...
Indeed.
It's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too. No! I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? So why... I want you to tell me. I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then... maybe I can believe in you. Just a little more. Then...
That's fine.
Fine. I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing. And where I've been going. You see... what I heard from Kyoko then was... well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was... well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own 2 eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when it did, I went into action. And that's where we're gonna leave it off for tonight, guys! Because that was an extremely long trial. We're gonna find out next stream what the heck is going the heck on. And, yeah, all that kind of shenanigans. Thank you so much for enjoying this with me today. If you're watching this as a VOD, thank you very much. Joining me live, thank you as well. You guys are the reason I do this, and I appreciate every view. So until next time, have a great rest of your day.